Hey guys, Bryan Karp, Sales Giant here. I am sorry I am not all showered and shaved, but Jessica's been away with one of her girlfriends. They went to go visit one of their friends out of state. So I've been playing single father or single parent for the last weekend, which is my pleasure, but it's kept me definitely busy juggling that and the business and all of our ventures. So this is week 5 of the Karp Chronicles, and I just finished up cardio, and I wish I had time to take a shower, but I had to get this done for you guys so I could post it. So this was a really exciting week. I love breaking down each week for you guys because it feels like when I think about it, I'm like, oh, I didn't really accomplish anything or I really didn't move anything forward. But then when I look at my list, it was fabulous. So week started off meeting with a new limited partner. So for my apartment syndication, I from time to time will meet with people who are sophisticated investors and people that are accredited investors, which means they make over a certain amount of money and their net worth is over a certain amount. We could talk about that on another video if you're interested. And this gentleman was interested in investing in my apartment syndication. I believe he was going to come in on our new project. So he kind of wanted to hear about the returns and how it works. So that was really awesome. He basically committed. It's just now a matter of him funding his what he said he was going to do. Then from there, I had one day, actually Wednesday, I decided I wasn't going to go into the office and I went out to the North Fork. So on the North Fork, we actually bought our retirement house 3 years ago. And I know if you guys follow me, you've seen other videos about it, but basically I bought 150 square feet of Long Island Sound, and we bought 2 houses on one lot, which is incredible. And we took us the first 3 years to get permits to redo the bulkhead, which is complete and amazing. And now from there, we are praying in March that the Zoning Board of Appeals will allow us to do the exterior work. So we went out there and checked the house, went out to lunch with the family. It was cool. It was on Wednesday, which was the kids were off from school. So that was definitely a fun day. And that's what's nice about owning your own business and running your business from your cell phone. You can kind of do it anywhere in the world. Exciting. I did speak to you guys last week about it, but we got a signed LOI on our newest 36-unit apartment complex in Tennessee. Really cool. Spoke to our loan broker who does all of our commercial multifamily loans, and he said that we will now be eligible for an RD loan. And basically what an RD loan is, and I'm sure I butchered it, it's a rural development loan. So basically what they are trying to do is encourage developers like myself who are rehabbing, renovating, and restoring big multifamily in rural areas. And they consider my tertiary market, where my first complex is, a rural area. And because it's considered workforce housing, which is like below a certain income level, they are willing to allow us to roll in the entire renovations of this project to the fixed rate loan. They're also willing to give us a 40-year amortization. Help me out here, guys. You know I'm dyslexic. So that's all huge things. And the more and more we go down this syndication path, it's so cool, all the people we're meeting and all the different loan products. So this could potentially allow us to lock in our renovation. Let's say it's $500,000 or $700,000. It will go in a portion of the fixed loan, and it will be amortized over 40 years. So normally when you are value add investors, you have to not only have the capital to close, you also have to have the capital to do your value add, right? So like on the first property, the Grove, I think we had $400,000 or $500,000 that we had to raise from our limited partners for the renovation. So now potentially with this new project, Troy, we won't need to do that. So very exciting things. I'm flying out there at the end of this month to go tour the project. I dropped a video, if you guys don't follow me on social, that I was able to bring one person with me. We already filled that spot. I might be able to take one more person, but that's, let's not make this video all about that. I also, I don't know if you guys know, but I do one-on-one coaching. So it was fun because I got to do meet with one of my students who I do one-on-one coaching. And it's great because he just closed a big deal, $16,000 commission check, and me and him were like high-fiving over it. And he got it because I got him to prospect through his center of influence, right? He was calling all his past clients. One of his past clients introduced him to somebody else who he's friends with, who was trying to for sale by owner the house. And then from there, he was able to help that person sell their property and make a huge commission check. And I'm trying to get him to quit his day job. So it was really cool just to see it come to fruition. And then we kind of strategized a little bit about what he's going to do in 2025 to get his, get his momentum. I also had a team meeting. So I do run, if you guys don't know me from my residential real estate side, I do run the #1 real estate team in Long Island, and that's from Real Trends in the Wall Street Journal. So every quarter we have a team meeting. So I was just going through best practices, new marketing ideas. I am always doing new things to try to bring in more business and serve more people for my team. So it's always cool to see them all because we're all so busy. Even though I'm in the office probably 3 or 4 days a week, I don't see every agent. So it's cool to go there and kind of like say hi to them and check in. And hopefully everyone's off to a good start for 25 on my real estate residential brokerage side. Also, I just launched Canal Road, which is really cool opportunity for somebody. This is in Port Jefferson. It's Mount Sinai School District. One of my builders bought a house that he fixed up and renovated and I sold. And he also was able to subdivide off a 0.65 acre lot. He got it fully approved, basically with building permits. I think we'll have permits in like a few weeks. And now we're selling it for $300,000. The best thing is like people get so confused about land and they're always looking at land. They want to buy land, but they don't realize sometimes the entitlement process is painstaking, costly, and never even gets done. So the cool thing about this lot for $300,000 is my client literally brought it. It's done. We actually are giving you plans, which will probably cost you a few $1,000s to get to build the house. So literally you close, remember you can't get a mortgage on raw land, so you would have to buy it cash, and then you just start building. And I could actually introduce you to a bank that gives funding for the build. So it's really cool. It's out there. Everyone can check it out, $300,000 on Canal Road. And the cool thing is if you want, you drive down like 10 houses on the right-hand side. There is the exact house because me and him I sold it. He built it like 3 years ago. He just did the exact same thing on another property there. So that was really cool. I'm very, very stoked. March, probably early March to mid-March, I have an amazing Colonial coming up in 3 Village, $750,000. East Suffolk, it's fabulous. It's on a beautiful lot. Kitchen was just done, like big kitchen, like sprawling kitchen. And they also redid the upstairs bath. It's 3 bedrooms upstairs, 1 bedroom downstairs, which is nice in case you don't want to walk the steps. $750,000. It's going to move quick. It's a great opportunity for someone. They're just getting it all ready and they are getting out of Long Island. So that's really cool. I'm excited about that. We'll work with them over the next few months, getting the property up and running and going, in that capacity. I also had a major issue in one of my deals. I had a deal that was supposed to close in December, and the buyer, from what I'm hearing from the loan officer, is not being uberly responsive when they have to get documents back. The buyer already has their commitment. So now if they don't close, they're going to be in jeopardy or probably lose a portion or a majority of their down payment. So it's always like painstaking for me. It's always like a gut shot. It was literally supposed to close on Friday, right? And they ended up adjourning the closing. I was literally driving to the final walkthrough and they canceled it. And for me, it's upsetting to my clients because it's out of my control, right? As much as we could pre-approve someone and, go through their finances, I'm not the loan officer. So I actually only I could just take the word of the loan officer. And this loan officer told us this was as good as gold. I'm hoping it's still going to close for the seller's fact. I would hate for them to have to put it back on the market. And I'd also hate for them to have to take this person's $70-something thousand down payment. So that was like a gut punch. It's not always, rainbows and butterflies in real estate. So I'm going to really, really stay in contact with the seller because I'm sure their anxiety is here about closing for that. So that happened this week. Was definitely not a positive, a positive thing. It was the first of the month. So that's always an exciting time for the Karp family because we're closing on a beautiful 4-family on Thursday, which I think, I'm going to double check, puts us at 20 properties in Suffolk County and 48 units. So on the first of the month, it's nice because we get all of the rent. It actually comes in on the 1st and the 15th. So the first of the month when I wake up, I'm always like, woohoo, right? As a landlord. And remember, I've been working 20 years and every dollar I made, I buried into multifamily real estate. So it wasn't like I woke up and my father gave me all of these properties, actually. So I've been painstaking, scratching and clawing to get my piece of the pie. Also, which was a big thing, was Brody and Brock have money invested with me. I tell them, basically I made them save up $250 each and they could invest it in one of our properties. It's just to teach them that you work for money, you save up a pile, and then you turn that pile into a stream of income forever. So both of them I think Brody gets $16 a month, Brock gets 20, and it's all because of the amount that they've been investing over the last 3 to 4 years. So on the first of the month, I have to make sure I get up extra early before I do my cardio and working out, and I have to put it on the kitchen counter, right? So for them at 6th and 7th grade, it's important for them to see the money and see that it's infinite and it's always coming in for them. So that was a big thing. And also, one of the reasons why I'm running around today like a chicken with my head cut off, besides that I'm trying to run the kids and run the business and everything else, is last night I went to the Knick game with the boys. So I took Brody and Brock and my nephew. I'm totally out of control how expensive it is, like bananas. And we're blessed. And I was like, wow. But it was so much fun. We saw LeBron James play. I'd never seen him play before. We didn't drive. We took the train into the garden, which was so much fun. We went out to dinner. The boys had a blast. I got some great photos. So those are things we could always look back and remember. But I'm also big on, and that's one of my mantras for 25, is I'm on big memories. Like I want to create these big memories that we share together. And it's tough as a father in 2025, with technology and all of the exciting things they have in their lives. It's hard to I don't want to say wow them, but it's hard to grab their attention and really get them engaged. So I'm okay, if I have to spend a little bit money and do some big things from time to time to grab those special moments, right? So that was a big thing. Knicks lost. But all in all, it was a great game. And let me see if I have anything else that I wanted to touch base with you guys. I spoke to you about the property I'm putting up, spoke to you about the team meeting. Oh my God, this was unbelievable. And I got to be very vague with it. But I have a property that's in contract. I had another buyer who is not the buyer in contract reach out to us and said, I lost out on the property. Could you reach out to your buyer who's in contract? He's not my personal buyer. He has a broker, and see if I could buy the contract from him. Now, it's not illegal. It would be considered an assignment of contract. It would have to, the buyer who's in contract would have to have that written into the contract that he's allowed to assign it. Whenever I buy real estate, I put that not so I could sell to someone else, but so I can move it to a different entity. And he wanted to offer the buyer some money to buy that deal. I guess he was upset that he didn't grab the property. So of course I'm always truthful and honest, and I just felt a little uncomfortable with it. So I spoke to the gentleman who reached out to me. I said, I really appreciate you reaching out to me, and I will speak to the buyer about it, but I'm like, I have to let the seller know about this. It just makes me feel weird. So of course, immediately I told the seller. He wasn't thrilled because if his property is going to sell for more, that in my opinion, that extra money should go to him right now, right? So that happened. I just wanted to bring you guys up on that. And that was week 5 of the Karp Chronicles. Again, next time I will be showered and more professional for you guys, but I wanted to get this video out for you immediately. If you like this, do me a favor, right? I'm carving out time every single week to make these. Give it a thumbs up, write a comment, say, Bryan, you stink, Bryan, you smell, Bryan, I love you, and share this, right? Anyone who's obsessed with real estate, obsessed with personal growth, obsessed with fitness, or in Long Island, or interested in anything that I talk about, tell them to subscribe. Bryan Karp LI. All right, thanks so much, guys, and I'll see you next week.